let's talk about leveling up. For those of you that haven't prestiged yet. Hey, hello, beloveds, it's Sister here. Hope you're having a great day. I'm having a great day. We're back today in World 0 because we're going to be going over how to level up quickly. Some tips and tricks that I used when I leveled up from basically 0 prestige to prestige 2 quickly, and some advice I've gotten from other plebs as well. I'm going to share it with y'all because the newest dungeons will require you to at least prestige once and to get into the brand new World 8. So let's do the no more video stuff and we'll get right on into it. If you haven't already, please make sure you smash the like button, do the same subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. So let's get right on into it. First things first, when you prestige, all of your main quests will reset. This is a really great way to get XP because a lot of these require really simple things like defeating Quitadills. Really easy. Quests you're going to want to avoid doing or trying to strive to go after, which is completing like a full tower. You don't actually want to be completing the towers all the way to full because one, as you're leveling up, unless you just have a big group of friends to play with, this is actually going to be a giant waste of time. What you want to be looking for is quests, and you want to be doing elites. You want a ton of elites. Elites are always going to be the way to go when you are farming for things. So big thing to look for, look to see what your daily quests are, look to see what experience you're going to give. I'm max level on this account, so I'm not going to be able to see anything. But if you have one that allows you to get XP for doing a dungeon, I would recommend doing it. So say you've gotten higher up level like I am. As y'all saw, I had a Kingslayer's quest, which means it says any difficulty. So when you go down to the Kingslayer, I would recommend doing the hardest one possible that you're able to complete. So if I was to do this, I would go and do the Kingslayer's quest. The reason you're wanting to do this is these higher tier difficulty dungeons are going to have more elites. Elites are going to be the bread and butter for helping you get through your different levels because they give 8 times the amount of experience. Yes, I said 8 times because compared to bosses and compared to normal mobs, they only give about 1 to 2% a piece, and that's with me having boosters on. Elites, you will noticeably see a difference when you are fighting them. So you are always wanting to strive for elites. As you're going through, you have a couple of different options. So you can just go through and do all the dungeons normally. So say you just got done with Winter Cavern and you're 38. You are not able to do Winter Dungeon. What I would recommend doing is going back down to like Grave Tower, and I would try and do an elite version of that. I would try and do a harder mode of something that is lower tier dungeon, if that makes sense, because one, you're going to see more elites popping up. Now, once you've gotten to about level 60-ish, things slow down dramatically because at this point you now have access to the tower. So I'm going to show you a really quick, easy way that you can run through the tower when you're trying to farm some XP. I'll go ahead and get loaded up. So when you load into the tower, you're going to get a bonus and a challenge. The best challenge and the best bonus combo to get is extra XP and double elites, because that's going to give you the absolute most. Now, what I would recommend doing, and what I did while I was grinding up, is I actually bypass the golems. I am not actually going to complete this first floor. I would occasionally complete the first floor, and that was just to go fight the boss to get some gear if I felt like I was getting slow. But honestly, no, I'm going to bypass the golem because the golem has so much more health. It's not going to be worth your time to sit here and kill him. And of course, I'm whizzing through this because I'm already level 100. But if you're playing this for the first time, you're wanting to go after the elites. We have encountered 4 to 5 elites already, which means that's going to be a good chunk of my XP bar. There you go. And I'm just going to run through and I'm going to kill all the normal mobs because they're going to be super easy for me to kill. I know some of y'all are like, sister, you're max level. We can't see the eeps. I'm doing the exact same thing I did every single time I was trying to level up. I literally would just bypass these golems and go straight for the other mobs. And I've reached the end of the level. And since I'm not going to defeat the golems to go to the next level, I'm just going to reset. And at this point, you can hit play again. And you just run through it really quick again. I would recommend using a class that has really high clear speed. So looking at Archer generally is pretty good about clearing this really, really quickly. That would be something I would highly recommend. There is something else you can do, but it's much better to do in a group. So let me show you that. The next thing to look at is if you can get a group of people together and you go into the master mode for Grave Tower Dungeon. Actually, doing this for any of these dungeon tiers will work, but you're wanting to get a lot of XP. So we're going to go into the master tier right here. I'm going to hit start. The more people you can get for this, the better. What you're going to be doing for this dungeon is we're just going to be clearing the first 2 rooms. The first 2 rooms are going to have over 20 mobs between the 2 of them, which if you're getting a 0.5% to 1%, that's still a lot of experience. And there's always usually at least 1 to 2 elites between these 2 rooms, no matter the level. So this means you're going to be getting an absolute ton of experience. And yes, I know I don't have a pet equipped. I have it not equipped because Black Butterfly is really distracting. So all you're going to do for these is you're going to gather them all up. I had no elites. Oop, I have 2 elites in here. 3. I have 3 elites in this room. So that would actually be some really good XP for someone who is just playing along. Let them all die. All right, we're already on to our second room. I'm already seeing at least 2 more. 3 elites in this room alone. Now, remember, if you have more people in your party, it increases, that's the 4th one, it increases the mob's health and the quantity by 35% per player, which means the more people are in here, the more chance you have to have mobs and elites, which means that's good for you, because that means you're going to be able to get even more experience, that's all we want, right? We just want experience, we want to level up, and we want to get up all the way as fast as we can. Keep in mind, while you're grinding for prestige, guys, you're not going to have the best gear. That's okay. Your goal is just to get back up to level 100 to get to the nice gear that some of you have. And when we're done, we reset and we do the dungeon again. The reason we're not going to go past this room, guys, is because further on, beyond this, the mobs are much further out, which means you're going to be wasting a lot of time trying to go after them. So that's why I don't recommend doing that. This was actually given as a suggestion to me by several of you, and I've tested it out on this account and on my alt account, and it worked really, really well, like stupidly well. So I would highly recommend this. What I'm going to be doing, because I know a lot of people are not leveled up all the way and they're not ready for World 8, is you want to also know who's not ready for World 8? My alt account. So I do run a basically free-to-play account that it's not level 100 yet. It hasn't even prestiged yet. So on Sunday, I'm going to be working on prestiging it, getting it to its first prestige, and leveling it up. So we're going to be running a lot of these grave towers, trying to level up. So if you want to join on in, you're more than welcome to. That's pretty much going to be my goal, is just coming in here doing that. I'm not going to run any Robux. So if you want to come check it out. Also, if you want more leveling tips and tricks as far as dungeons, things like that, I have run mini speedrun it all throughout the channel, so you're more than welcome to go and check those out. But these guys are my tips and tricks. Now, if you have your own tips or your own little special area you love going to grind, please comment down below. I would greatly appreciate it. It helps me out a lot and will help the community out. And video crew, thank you for making it this far. I greatly appreciate it, and I will see y'all next time. Whee! Before we go, guys, I want to give a big shout out to my lovely knights of the YouTube channel. I greatly appreciate all y'all's support. Y'all are amazing. And a big shout out to my Emerald Knights. Thank you so much for the love and support. See y'all next time.